Hello and welcome. This is Tanya Augusta, your alchemy coach, and welcome to the Tanya Augusta Alchemy Community. Today, I am going to share with you about ancestral lineage, and I have a couple of things that I want to go into on this. So, we probably understand that our ancestral lineage has to do with our ancestors before us and what they bring to us. So, they bring with us the positive and the negative, right? We have our paternal side, we have our maternal side, both sides of the family. They bring us the good things, the bad things, and everything in between. So, we may have some predisposition towards diabetes, as we know, from one family, some heart disease from another. We could have um, some mental health issues from another. But even though those are things that are a predisposition, we know that we also have lifestyle factors that always can improve and impress upon us. And that doesn't mean that just because somebody in our family had something that we are going to deal with it. But ancestral energies can be cleared off of us. So if there is some fears, some doubts, some different things that are stuck in our body that are more challenging, we can let go of those things. So sometimes there are limiting beliefs that we really struggle with that is really something that maybe our grandmother or great grandfather dealt with. And it could have been because of the traumas and the experiences that they were dealing with during their time. So we can also have the resiliency that they may have brought in. So maybe a great grandfather went through a famine, and a great grandmother maybe went through, a very traumatic time, but they were able to really come into their power through those trials and that trauma and that hardship. And so we do often have these positive attributes, even if there was some perceived bad things that happened to them in their lifetime. So that is something that is really exciting, that we can know that we can enhance our lives through the wisdom of our ancestry. And of course, that we can let go of anything that's holding us back and that's limiting us. And it's also good to know that we have bonus parents, step parents, however you call that, or guardians that we had while we were growing up, people that were in our lives that had a very large influence on us. Maybe we had an aunt or an uncle that um, spent a lot of time with us. Maybe we played with a cousin all the time. So whoever those people were, those we could have ancestral lineage from those people, especially if they were adults that were very present and took care of us a lot. So that again is something that we can have access to their wisdom and of course some of their familial lineage. Some of the not so pleasant traits could have be something that are a part of us as well. So that may be something to look at, to want to let go of, or again, bring in and enhance. So there's perhaps you may want to learn an art skill. And so maybe you have an ancestor that was an artist. And so you could tap into this painter in the family that was highly skilled. So there could have been a leather worker or somebody who made swords or something like that. So that is really exciting that we can tap into the gifts of our ancestors. If somebody in our family also was ever able to accumulate some wealth during their lifetime, then that is also something that we have in our DNA in our body. We have that direct lineage to be able to tap into that ability to do that. And even regardless if we don't have that, we can still tap into that. But that is going to be something that can even help us that much more. So this could be a really fun invitation for you to explore more of your ancestry and so learn more about people in your family. And you could find out, why am I always having these reoccurring thoughts that don't make sense, and you may even think, well, I don't even believe this, but I think about it a lot. And again, that could be an ancestral thing. If you come from a family of warriors and you don't want to be a warrior, but you find yourself worrying, again, that could be some of that ancestral baggage to let go of. But hopefully we're going to continue to tap into the positive traits and seeing what they brought us, and then of course letting go of what is no longer serving us. And the other really exciting thing I wanted to share is that we have an ancestral lineage from anything that we are or were in our lifetime very excited about, that we have really steeped ourselves in, that we have really learned. So if there's a spiritual tradition, if there's a healing art, if there is a sport, any of these sorts of things, we can draw upon the wisdom of these lineages and the ancestral wisdom of all of that. So that could be maybe you study the Kabbalah, maybe you study Reiki, maybe it's Zen Buddhism, whatever spiritual tradition, activity. Maybe you're into sword fighting, maybe it's Taekwondo. So any of those, you could get you really have access to all of the masters and the teachers in these lineages. So if there is, for instance, if you study astrology, and maybe it's evolutionary astrology, there could be all of these people in that tradition. So even if you have like a specific person that you've read their book, you love them, you base all of your astrology on a lot of the teachings of this one person, will you not only have that lineage from that person, but of all the people that they studied from and all the masters that they had learned from before. So there is this huge amount of wealth of support that we are really building upon as people, because not only do we have our familial lineage, but we also have this lineage of these traditions of wisdom keepers from, again, these hobbies that we may have, or perhaps it's something we do with our career, or again, just part of our spiritual tradition, our spirituality. And so there's so much to tap into, and I hope that you can see through this the amount of support that is really behind us. There's just a huge, vast amount of access to information, again, more wisdom really than just knowledge. And this is something that we can, think about, pray, and ask for assistance with, and just know that we have all of this that we can tap into. I want you to know that I also have a grounding and protection meditation that you can click on below, that I really recommend to also, connect with yourself, your higher self, so that you can continue to stay in your truth and your power. And so I also do a chakra clearing in this meditation as well, and it will teach you how to ground. This protection meditation I recommend doing every morning, and it can be something that you learn on your own, and then you can do it very quickly without my assistance. So I really hope that you enjoy that meditation. I would love to hear about your ancestral lineage, what you've learned from this video, what is helpful, what you're letting go of, what you're bringing in. And let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for sharing with your friends. And most of all, thank you for sharing your time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will be talking with you very soon.